Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Well, my name is Tracy Perez or Tracy Pius, however you wanna pronounce it. So I thought this is actually my first video, but I've been thinking a lot about starting a YouTube channel, and I thought I've been thinking for a few months now, and eventually I thought, you know what, Tracy, stop thinking and just do it. It's one of those things whereby you get really nervous, but eventually you just think, you know what, get over your nerves and just do it, because I have so many thoughts going through my head every single day. And eventually I was like, why not? Let me just record my first video and see what happens. So I'll give you a little bit of a background. So this channel is actually going to be called Tracy's Treasured Thoughts, because I have so much to talk about. Well, I think I do, but a bit of a background. Well, I'm originally from Uganda, so I came in this country in 2003, so I've been here for about 17 years, I think, but I've actually achieved quite a lot within this time. And within this time, I'm now a registered nurse, so which is a job I love, especially at the current situation that everybody's going through with the COVID-19. But I literally love my job. So I thought, let me create this channel and see how I can get to other nurses. I love teaching. Well, I've only been qualified for 6 months actually, but I absolutely adore my job. And so this channel, I thought I'm gonna make a channel, and it's literally going to be about 5 study tips, what actually got me through my university days, well, which was about 6 months ago apparently. So how I survived nursing school and how I studied and how I got organized as well at the same time. So I thought I can reach, maybe it could be a nursing student, if you're thinking about becoming a nurse, or even though you're already a nurse, and because education doesn't end there, does it? So we're always studying and always evolving. So enough about me ranting. So let's get into this video. Thank you. So one of my first points was making very good notes. Your concise notes. Notes are very important. So you're gonna have times whereby you have to be organized. First of all, you have to make sure, because you're gonna have lecturers coming in and telling you about stories and this and that, but you have to make sure that your notes are very important to you, because if you don't listen and your notes are not very concise and very, how can I put this, you have to like make notes that you understand as well, because if that doesn't work, then you're gonna make things a little bit harder for yourself. So I used to make my notes in lectures and listen out, and you'll find that most of the lecturers will actually give you like little tips and things like that. Like, for example, if you have an exam coming up, they'll always say, or they'll always concentrate on one specific topic, and then they'll be like, this might come up, this might not. And then I used to make little notes of I literally put it like in bold capital letters of thinking, okay, this is gonna come up. And 9 times out of 10 actually that question did come up. So point number 2 that I was thinking of, it's gonna sound like a cliche, but actually turn up to your lectures. There are so many students that will be like, don't turn up to your lectures, or they don't show up, or they turn up like, I don't know, maybe they think, I can't be bothered, this lecture is boring and this and that. But make a point of actually turning up to your lectures, because of course we're gonna have students out there who are, maybe they're very smart, the minority of them are literally very smart, and we always knew at least one student who never showed up, but they always got the best grades. But the rest of us, we had to work a lot harder for those grades. So I know it sounds really, really silly, but turn up. And it's okay to tell your friend, oh, can I copy your notes and stuff? And that's fine. Of course, there is nothing wrong with that. But one thing I would say, your friend might make notes or you might not understand exactly what they have written. And then if you write your own notes, it's going to make something more, like it's going to make sense to you, if that makes sense. So the other point I would be like saying, don't be lastminute.com. What I mean by that is actually, for example, if you have an essay that is due in on the 23rd of May, for example, don't be like a week before and thinking, oh my God, I have like to write this 2000 essay word and stuff like that. Then you have to go and try and find out what they want to do, to find out, the learning outcomes and all of that stuff that you have to actually do. I used to start way before. It could have been that because maybe I was a mature student and I had kids and everything else, so I had to plan my things a lot beforehand. Like I started even way before, so that at least my essay was in 2 weeks or even 3 weeks before it was actually due. And point number 4 that I would like to actually say is study groups. This actually was so important to me. Like I cannot emphasize enough how much this really helped me. I wish I did this a lot sooner when I was in year 1, but we didn't start our study group until year 2. And me and my friends, we literally used to make a study plan and then say, can we meet on such a day? We created like a WhatsApp group, which actually really helped. And in most cases, and it's okay to create groups, but you have to have one person that is gonna be like on top of everything else. Because if you create a group of like 6-7 people, it's gonna end up into a massive party. You're gonna think, oh, this is a time for us to socialize, because nursing school is hard. I'm not even saying that it's hard. It takes a lot of time out of you. And obviously when you get to see your friends, you're gonna be like, you know what, this is time for us to get to see each other, to do this. But don't forget about the time or the task at hand, because you're there to revise, to study, and this time is very precious. So it's very important to, my friends used to call me the mumsy because they were all quite very young and I had the 3 kids. So every time they were like drifting off apart and talking about, I'd be like, okay, let them have their time, let them have their few minutes of chatting, and be like, come on, let's get back into studying. They're like, all right, Tracy, we're listening. So you have to have that one friend who is gonna keep you on target. Otherwise, the study group for 2 hours is gonna end up, and then you're gonna come out like, did I actually achieve anything today? No. So that's one of my strongest thing as well. So the other thing as well, number 5, make time to study. You have to make time for yourself to study. If you don't make time for yourself to study, you have to create a schedule at least, to be like, okay, this day I'm going to do this, I'm going to go to the lectures, then I'm going to come back, I'm going to do this. It's okay to have time out to do other things. But if you said that on this day I'm going to get up and I'm going to go and do this, just make sure you actually go and do it, because it's pointless doing anything else. There is no point doing something. There is no point making a plan and then you don't follow it through, because the whole schedule is just gonna erupt, if that makes sense. So just make sure when you make a plan of saying, I'm gonna wake up on such and such a time and do this, make sure you do it. For me personally, I know I keep on talking about, but it's about me, because I was a mature student. I had 3 kids. My eldest now is 13, then a 9-year-old and a 4-year-old. But how I studied, we can do more videos later on of how I actually managed to cope as a mature student in university, but it was hard. But I remember I used to be like, once the kids wake up, that is it. My attention span is literally goes straight to zero because I need like peace and quiet. Of course, some people can study with music and things like that. I can't do that. I have to have like complete. I can't even have a TV on. Like my husband used to have the TV on, and I'll be like, mate, what are you doing? You need to turn it off. Like he used to come downstairs or something and literally turn the TV or come and entertain himself elsewhere because I can't concentrate with that kind of noise. So I used to be like, okay, tomorrow I've got an essay to do or I have to study for this exam or this and that. So what I used to do was I used to plan that tomorrow I'm going to get up at 6 o'clock while all the kids are asleep, and I would actually make sure. And I love my sleep. Oh my God. Like, I can't even tell you how much I love sleep. If I had a job where I had to wake up at 5, I know I had to get there for 5, I wouldn't get there because I love sleep. I think my family knows that. But I used to be like, okay, tomorrow I've got an essay to like doing in maybe in 3 or 4 weeks time. And I needed to make this plan and say, you know what? I'm going to get up at this time, 6 o'clock tomorrow, get my books out. Like I had a study desk in my room, sit down and actually start making a plan of what I need to do. So I would actually follow through of what I needed to do. Otherwise, there is no point in making a plan and you don't follow it through. And eventually it worked out because I remember my friends used to say, how did you manage to like submit your essay like 2 weeks before all this? And I'm thinking, my dear, I have kids. I have to make plan for all of this to happen. Otherwise, it just doesn't work, you know. And I know these things, I've already said the 5 tips, but one important thing that it's actually really, really important is make time for yourself, okay? It's almost like a study tip and kind of like, not a tip as well, but make time for yourself. Make time for your family. Make time to relax. Forget about nursing for just 1 second and maybe go out and do something. Of course, at the moment, we can't go out because, you know, we are like on social distancing and everything is closed and stuff. But if there is something else that you enjoy, if you want to do board games or things like that, please just do it. Do anything that helps you to relax. I love watching TV. I don't know who else, or I don't know what. If you think there is anything else that you love doing that you can suggest, please leave a comment down below. That would be amazing. Or if I've actually forgotten like or how you study, that would be amazing to hear because I love hearing other people's ways of how they're surviving in nursing school or what helped them in nursing school. So if anything, just please let me know. I'm always there to listen, and I love positive and even negative of how I can improve. As this is my first video, please thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again. I'm hoping to do another video of how I actually got into nursing school. So I'm hoping you guys can come back and watch me again. So thank you so much, and I hope to see you again. Please subscribe, please come back, hit the like button, please hit the bell so you don't miss any more videos. I love you guys. Thank you. Bye.